Alright guys, hello YouTube, hello everybody. So I did a video this morning, but it was on Main Street again, so I decided, like, instead of being on Main Street for the third day in a row, because I want to put this video out tomorrow, I went ahead and I'll just film this one and show you guys the bike real quick. So this is the bike that we're riding today. It says it's a Windhorse WH2001, but which is a 500 watt bike, but it's not. It's actually the Windhorse WO, which is, when I was looking at the picture, I was pretty sure that's what it was. So anyway, but the way we know this is just by the description. So it's got a 750 watt motor. It's got a 7-speed Shimano shifter, a turning derailleur, and that's it. It's obviously 4-inch wide by 20-inch tires. And I'm not gonna, get into a full-on review with it because it's not really necessary. Our review is us riding the bike every day, and let's see how long this thing lasts. So we've got, it does have its brand name, Windhorse. They have their own rear shock. It's got those standard, generic front suspension that you can lock out and adjust. What else? Very simple display. This is what I like about it. It's I like most everything about it, but it's got this simple display. You can set it up to use this little thing to turn it off and on, but I don't even want to mess with that. I did go into the settings and change them, unlock the bike so we can ride over 20 miles an hour. It has a little bell, which I've been needing for a while, and we also have just a really basic headlight, and I always focus my headlights down to the ground, usually about this far, usually about 8 feet in front of me, because I don't like blinding people, and I use my headlamp when it's dark. One thing that it has that the electric didn't have is a brake light, so that's kind of cool. I think there's like some emergency flasher functions, and there's probably a lot of other features that I would probably never use. These pedals are obviously folding pedals because it's a folding bike, but it's they're just cheap pedals, but I like them. They're fine. So far there's not anything that I don't like about the bike. It's actually it's really good quality from what I see, but I've only rode it 11.5 miles, so I really have no clue, to be honest with you. It's got a 13.4 amp hour battery. I don't know why this thing isn't. I gotta get this thing to turn. So compared to the electric, the electric had a 10 point something, amp hour battery, so it's a little better, a little bigger battery. So I'm just putting this my speedometer on here with my phone, just to have it on. So unfortunately So unfortunately, the what was I going to talk about? Oh, so the way that I'm facing, I'm trying to sit up as high as I can, but I don't want to sit too high because I don't like the way this bar looks in the footage. It looks like I'm riding a scooter, but that's how the electric was for a while until I figured out a better riding position. But I like the way the camera fits right here. I don't want to pull the camera too high. I don't want my seat up too high. So for me, this is a comfortable riding position, and we're not on a scooter. As you can see, we're on a bike. So we got our lights on, and it is 4, whatever time it is, whatever time my phone said, it's like 4:40. And yeah, let's see what's up with this bike. So honestly, to me, it feels like that car just turned left on a red arrow. It looks like it has a cadence sensor. Oh, look at that dude on that one wheel. That's the guy we see all the time. So it looks like it has a cadence sensor, but I've never rode a bike with a torque sensor, but it's definitely riding like a bike with a torque sensor from what I can imagine. So this is my first time riding it with the speed unlocked. I unlocked the speed at lunchtime, and I just rode it up the block and back, and that was it. So the ride this morning, I just rode it with without it unlocked, so we just rode really slow. But the crazy thing about it is when you stop pedaling or you let off the throttle, it doesn't stop right away. Oh, and another thing, it has mechanical brakes. So when I first started riding the electric, I had a lot of issues with the hydraulic brakes. As far as like, they were just very, the brake pads weren't very good, and they were very difficult to adjust. They wouldn't hold their position very well. Oh, look, they fixed that fountain over here. So, and this one, I didn't have any issues with the brakes at first, but the brakes work fantastic for me. I don't see any difference. But so if you see my old videos, this was all under restoration, so that's looking pretty good. But yeah, the front brake right now, you might be able to hear it. I don't know if you can hear it over the tire tread, but the front brake's kind of rubbing a little bit, but it's not. I don't want to mess with it, man. I don't feel like, I've been working all day. There's little things like that I can live with. If it starts bugging me too much, where I think it's affecting the video, then I'll mess with it. But we're going to be riding in traffic. The tires are going to be making all kinds of noise because they're knobby tires. So I'm not really too worried about it. So I'm not going to do my little obstacle over here. I want to do my best to keep this bike. I mean, I'm going to ride it, but I won't ride it as hard as I rode the electric. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it has the. It just seems like it has a torque sensor. And it takes there is definitely hesitation to when I start, when the pedal assist kicks in. So I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, to be honest with you. It's definitely a lot more cush of a ride. You know, this, I'm sure this shock isn't like some oh man, we got double trouble on the sidewalk. I just don't want to cross to the other side because I've got we'll just go. That guy's just riding in the street. That guy works with us. That guy right there. He's a madman. He reminds me of the guy Gru on Despicable Me. Anyway, yeah. So it has suspension in the like I showed you, and it's a lot smoother of a ride than the electric. And plus it's got the bigger tires, which helps out. And yeah, it's supposed to go 30 miles an hour. I haven't tested it out. This is the fastest. I think we've already gone the fastest that I've gone on it. So. We'll see if the throttle takes us over 20. On electric, it only takes you to 20. Yeah, this is just gonna keep going. So pretty cool. Yeah, maybe that brake will stop making all that noise. So when I rode to work this morning, like I said, it wasn't unlocked, and I still had 65% left on the battery. So really, we could probably go both directions. We could go both directions on one charge, but I don't know. I like riding with full power. So yeah, looks like the speedometer is off, which I think I could probably correct on the with the tire size. I'm sure they have the right one in here. I didn't check to see, but I don't really care about any of that stuff, you know. It doesn't, like, this is a vehicle for me to film and get back and forth to work on, you know. So it's function over form for me. If anything gets too annoying, then we'll fix it. But if not, then I'm just gonna leave it. Wow, this intersection's the worst. It's a tank. It's tank 2. It's the G1. That's like the cousin of the G1. Yeah, the speedometer doesn't seem like it's very accurate. I don't know. For me, that seems like totally fast enough. Let's go back down to see what pedal assist 4 seems like. So on my, it's crazy. On the electric, if I was pedaling right now, we'd be going like max speed. But I think on these bikes, you gotta hold the, maybe hold the throttle and pedal at the same time. I don't know. So I think the way that I think the way that the electric controllers work, it's different than most bikes. So maybe this is like normal how bikes work, or maybe. Yeah, this is a torque sensor. So when I first started riding the electric, man, the brakes were just sounded so gnarly. So I'll probably be using a lot more throttle only on this bike. But we'll see. All right, so we have to go a different way today than we usually do. I had a subscriber mention, I always wonder about this too, so I go a lot of different, on the e-bike I've always gone and tried to do as many varieties of my route as possible, but you know, after I started riding the gravel bike, kind of limited, so I have a lot of Main Street videos, and I have a lot of Main Street videos. So and then today I put out I had a Main Street video yesterday, and then I had another one I put out this morning from last week, because last night I didn't have time to edit a video because it was a holiday baking championship, and I wanted to watch that with my wife, and then plus it was I had to put this bike together. By the time I got done with that, it was time for bed. Yeah, the bike was at my house when I got home. I don't know what time I got home, 5:30? Yeah, about 5:30. And everybody's like, are you gonna take the bike out of the box? Are you gonna put it together? And I was like, I was so tired, I didn't even feel like messing with it. But I knew I wanted to ride it today, so finally I think I started like putting the bike together at like 8, probably like 8:15. And it was just the standard assembly, just the front tire, the pedals, the front fender, the headlight. So they have a pro model of this one. And the pro model of this one has dual crown forks, and it has a massive headlight. I think I talked about this already, and it has hydraulic brakes. But it's a lot more. It's like, yeah, I talked about this already. But just in case you didn't hear it, and I didn't publish that video, I think it was a few $100s more, which for the hydraulic brakes, it may or may not have been worth it. I don't know, but it's fine. Yeah, that front brake, hopefully that's not irritating anybody too much. Probably the tires, probably more irritating than anything. Wow, look at these dogs. This is like Magnum PI. You guys remember Magnum PI? Can't be afraid of dogs with slippers on, can you? But the brakes, yeah, the brakes feel okay, with the exception of the front brake rubbing. But I didn't do anything to this bike. I didn't even, I mean, I looked to make sure everything was tight, but I didn't like torque everything down. Yeah. Running some ads on my speedometer. So I think I don't think we can trust the odometer or the speedometer yet. Yeah, having these massive 4-inch tires, it's kind of strange. Thumb throttle is cool. You know, the electric has a twist throttle, quarter twist throttle, but once again, I don't really care too much about that. It's kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, I don't think any of these speedometers are working right, to be honest. It's nice having rear suspension, even though it might not be the best one. goes electric right there. There goes the XP 3.0 step through. So I'm not too sure the alternative to Main Street that we can take. It feels so late. And like, if we don't take Main, then it's gonna be kind of dark and kind of strange. Maybe we'll do, we can do Broadway, I guess. But yeah, I definitely felt bad. Like, you know, I parked this bike next to the Ozark Trail G1 last night so they could get to know each other in the kitchen. And I felt bad, you know. I looked back at my bike when I left and I was like, don't worry, man. Now, we're still a team. It's just there's 3 of us now, and yeah. Let's cut through this way real quick. So once I make sure that everything's nice and tight, which I should have done today, we'll, there's always people coming out right here. We can, you know, we'll take this on more, you know, some more rigorous riding, but I kind of want to give the bike to my son, my middle son. But, so I don't want to, like, you know, I want it to be really in nice, good shape if I give it to him. Hey, I wish I could just buy him his own. I will eventually, but it's hard when you have 3 kids to buy. I mean, yeah, it's hard. Anyway. So we'll ride a little bit of the Pacific Electric Trail, and then we can yeah, we'll just cut down one of these residential streets where there's not going to be too much traffic, and do that. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know, maybe we'll ride this trail the whole way, since it's, you know, that's what the, all those bike reviewers, I know they're trying to, you know, make a comparison between bikes, you know, so you can see how one acts on the same terrain as the other, but it's kind of like, man, just, it doesn't matter, you know, just ride it anywhere. It doesn't have to be the same stuff every single ride. I don't know, something feels kind of loose. I think it's this front shock. So I'm getting cold, so I'm gonna have to put another jacket on already. not like riding the other bike where I have where I'm actually, heating up. So we're gonna go ahead and put another jacket on. Basically put all my morning stuff on. I guess I might as well put the gloves on too. That much less weight on my back. So yeah, the battery still says it's 100%. So obviously it's not. It's not. We're gonna have to just do a. Wow, we have some very loud screams coming from Delhi Park. All right. Let's go. Oh yeah, that feels better. So yeah, with electric brakes, they're pretty easy to adjust. With these, I don't know. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal either. I'm just always working on stuff. I don't know. Yeah, this bike is much more fun to throttle than the electric. So the unlocking of the bike, what I feel like it's doing is all it's affecting is the pedal assist 5. Like pedal assist 4, still the same. So if I want to ride like mediocre, if I want to ride 20, which is a nice speed, I just have to kind of use pedal assist 5 and moderate my speed. So there's maybe there's something else in the settings that I can mess around with. I guess if I give it throttle and pedal, man, I can smell everybody cooking. It smells so good. don't know. I've spent a lot of time. I mean, this has to be accurate, right? There's no way this isn't accurate. But it doesn't seem accurate to me. I mean, I've spent a lot of time on e-bikes, like a lot, you know? And, but maybe I'm just so used to the gravel bike, you know? I don't know. So yeah, we'll stay on this trail. I know it seems repetitive, but it's nighttime, and we never ride through here at nighttime. So you picture what this alley, or this path looked like maybe in the 90s, when gang members used to post up. There was probably a lot of graffiti, a lot of stuff going on down here. We're going to pedal assist 3. I don't know, I think it's kind of annoying having this speedometer right here. Yeah, let's take the speedometer off. We'll take the speedometer, this one off my phone, and then you guys can tell me whether you prefer that big old giant thing in your face, or if it's better to just not have anything. Man, I wonder what we're having for dinner tonight. Oh man, we gotta hurry up. Yeah, not much to see going through residential. These streets are really dark. Squeaky brakes, guys. Yeah, this thing's locked in at like 15. And I feel like no matter how, yeah, I can tell this phone is going to be too bright in the footage. I can already tell you. It's probably it's probably creating a big problem right now in the footage, because this low light enhancement thing is going to be all confused. There's probably a way for me to dim it, but we don't really care about doing that right now. Got somebody on the Saran or Talaria or something. Probably not the best area for me to stop in, but I don't really care. Yeah, I don't like having a bunch of stuff on the front of my bike. It bothers me. All right, so I'll show you how long the pedal assist stays on. So we're pedaling right now. Now I'm gonna stop. 1, 2, 3. Let's off, like, takes like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Oh look, there's another guy on one of those things. But that dude had no gear on at all. He had a helmet on and that was it. So the guy that we see occasionally on that thing, that I joke about, well, I don't really joke about him, but I just think it's kind of crazy. But he has all that gear. Like you have to, man. Like I would have to. So this street's pretty gnarly. Especially this time of day. Oh, we'll stay away from the dogs. We got all the old school homies hanging out. We got another alley we can hit up here. This alley is a lot crazier, actually. Yeah, just so much more going on this time of day. Kitty, 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 kitty. So I still need to develop my riding style on this. It takes time, I know that, it's just a bike. But even with the gravel bike, you know, there's just a certain way that I like to ride it but when I first started riding it, I didn't know what that was, you know. I hit the wrong freaking button, man. I did that last time. So the front definitely feels kind of loose, but I think that is the shock. I guess I can tighten up the I don't want to mess with it, man. I almost want to lock it out. But these big old balloon tires, I think that's what's going to be the hardest for me to get used to. I know it's the most common, but I've got 7,000, over 7,400 miles on 3-inch tires. That's a lot. That's a lot to riding with that size of tire, and then jumping on something with these big old freaking balloon tires. So with the I think somebody's calling. Yeah, there's just way less control. Like when I throttle it with one hand, it's just like much more torquey than the XP. But when it's in let's go this way. When it's in before I unlocked it, it was sorry, hopefully I'm not annoying today. Like my brain is like my mouth isn't following my brain at all. A lot of and all that kind of crap, but whatever. So before I unlocked it, the way the speed settings were, which maybe I will publish that video, but probably not tomorrow. I'd rather do this one tomorrow because it's just going to be a better video. Because it's not exactly like the rides from Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. So, but the way those settings are good. It's like it's perfect for my kids. They just need to get a tiny bit taller, and I think it'll be perfect. All right, so let's start talking about the ride now. So right now we're on French Street. Now we'll take French up to, well, we're gonna have to divert over, I think, at a certain point, but we'll take French up to Washington, and we'll take Washington down. Just briefly, we'll be on Washington, then we'll hit French again and go to 17th Street. Then we're gonna hit the good old Santiago Creek Trail, which will be different because it's gonna be at night. So we're coming up to Civic Center Drive right now, which is the designated bike street. That was kind of crazy. Streets are so dark. So I listened to it's not on as often as it used to be, but another YouTuber that's from this neighborhood. Well, they're from Logan. And he doesn't live out here anymore, but he relocated, but he has a lot of prison stories, and then some stories he talks about this neighborhood probably in the 2000s, and about everything that was going on here, and some of his experiences in this very neighborhood right here. So I messaged him and I told him, asked him if he wants me to cruise by any places on my bike to let me know. But he's probably like, who the hell's this guy? So we have to turn left right here. Why is that car flashing? I always wonder about that. So why do people scrub out their license plates? That's for like, can't you get, like, if you were a cop and you saw somebody with a scrubbed out license plate, wouldn't you pull them over? Do they only do that in California, or do they do that everywhere? Where I run over with my freaking... This thing's like riding a Humvee. Yeah, this is like the bike that you'd have in the Humvee, and then jump out of the Humvee and jump onto this thing. Definitely a tank, man. The bikes look so small in the pictures, and then when you get them and they're in the middle of your kitchen or your living room floor, you're like, God damn, this thing's massive. No matter how much I tighten up this seat, it's going down into the same position, which is fine because it's actually the perfect riding position for me. So the other day when I did this, the light didn't change for me. This guy's gonna get smoked. So the range on this bike says like 50 to 60 miles. But overshoot that, so it's probably more like 30, 35. Obviously, depending on how you ride. But I think I'm getting a phone call, so I'm gonna stop here real quick. Stop right here. Alright, let me stop my filming. Alright, we're back. So we gotta go pick up a we gotta run by my house, and then we're gonna pick up I gotta go get a rotisserie chicken. So the electric definitely feels more stable and agile. I'm not going to use nimble because I don't like that word nimble. I know that's the popular bike review lingo. But going at high speeds on the electric feels much more stable and comfortable than this. But I think that's probably because of the suspension is totally different and the different tires. But so I definitely encourage people to go out, you know, if you're considering, you know, riding a regular bike or an e-bike and commuting, and you're on the fence about it. I mean, I encourage you to give it a shot. It's not. I'm probably, you know, I don't want to. Like, I understand financial constraints. I mean, for real, in the most gnarly sense. But yeah, there's always a way to get something to ride on. You know, especially nowadays, like everybody's riding e-bikes. There's so many bikes you can get, like regular pedal bikes. You look on like OfferUp or yard sales or whatever else. I mean, I was fortunate. I've been fortunate, you know. But even in the financial, you know, situation we're in right now, I've been able to stay mobile without missing a beat. I really want to get in a position someday where, you know, where I can help, you know, get people on bikes. That would be my goal. That's why I get kind of annoyed with some of these, but I don't know what some of these guys that do the bike reviews do with their bikes, you know. I don't know if they, I know that Tell Happy sells his, you know, probably for pretty cheap, which is cool. And maybe they're donating their bikes and they're just not trying to get that, they're not trying to get that, you know, credit for doing that, you know, publicly. But I think, I know like some of these YouTube channels go overboard with handing out money and doing all these things, and their whole channel is based on them giving away a bunch of money and doing those charitable things, which is totally cool. I mean, it doesn't matter to me what anybody does. But I think I've watched a few of those, and it's really touching seeing, you know, finding some of these people who are, you know, down and out, and helping them get back on their feet in a real way. Let's go down the dirt. But like, I think it's also, and so I think it is important, you know, if they are giving the bikes away. Oh, we're not going to go in the mud. Yes, we are. I think it's important to for people to see. I think it's important for people to see other people's generosity, you know. And I would love to be in a position someday to help other people, man. When you go through struggles, man, that's just the way it feels. Like you want to help other people. At least that's the way I feel. And like, this channel's been that way for me. I've had so much support, you know, like we're getting that Ozark trail bike and like all the comments and feedback, and you know, we're just getting started. But yeah, I encourage you to get out and give it a shot, because it's definitely changed. This commuting to work has definitely changed my life in a very positive way. All right, we're going through the Badlands, man. I have no clue how long I've been riding. So I wonder if my suspension seat post will fit on this bike. You can smell the fires. They've got all the fires started down there. Getting ready for a cold night. Yeah, I'm low riding, man. This video is gonna look like I'm on a scooter. All right, so we're gonna climb up the California incline here, throttle only, and see if it can make it. Wow. Yeah, without an issue at all. So I used to not ride the electric in the grass very much, but this bike, the grass seems fun. Let's go down this big old hill, huh? At least if I crash, I'm in the grass. Yeah, this is fun to ride in the grass on those hills. Wow, that's cool. That's gonna add a whole new feature to my boring everyday commute. Yeah, what a blessing this bike is, man. Even if it is low budget. All right, let's get down into pedal assist 3. Yeah, that's way too slow. There'll be a lot of people out walking still, so I gotta be careful. Like I said, it's a total different experience riding at night than in the morning. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll definitely get this front brake done so you guys don't have to listen to it. Hopefully it doesn't discourage anybody from watching the video. Yeah, lots of throttle on this bike. It just feels like pedaling just doesn't feel like it's a it doesn't work. It just doesn't seem to work right. Let me try it in pedal assist 4. And these gears need to be adjusted as well. Yeah, I gotta remember to pedal when I'm going up these hills. Take some of that strain off the motor. So I think I'm gonna bungee cord my backpack to the rack tomorrow. I'm tired of carrying this heavy ass thing on my back. I mean, when on my electric, I had the bags, and so the only thing that would be in my backpack is my laptop, which wasn't bad. But right now I have so much stuff, like my back is like, my shoulder blade is like, feels hot and cold at the same time. It's really weird. Those are the Saran boys. That's a pretty steep hill. Yeah, I'm slowly sinking lower and lower on this seat, and the seat post is very, the metal on it's very thin. I need to figure out how to get it to, I guess I just need to tighten it more. I feel like it's already super tight. But obviously not tight enough. So hopefully this footage turns out good. I gotta see what kind of brake pads this thing has too. Yeah, this thing's very fun to ride in throttle only. Now I know why people do that so much. So if you like to pedal a bike, electric is definitely a better choice. So I don't have a lot of bikes under my belt yet to compare each other to. But I can definitely say that. So if you were leaning towards a bike that looked like this and electric, you weren't sure. If you like to pedal, you made the right choice with the electric, for sure. All right, we gotta get home, so I'm gonna take the shortcut and we'll end this video here shortly. So yeah, I mean, it's too soon for me to be able to give you know, this is basically going to be the first review of this bike. And this is kind of practice for me doing long-term reviews. So far, you know, I don't have any kind of rating system or anything. I'll just say that it's good, it's fun to ride in throttle only. Has plenty of torque. It's definitely fast enough for me. It's nice having the suspension, whether it's good or bad suspension or not, I couldn't tell you, but it's definitely better than not having it. And yeah, and we'll catch you on the next ride tomorrow.